It's time to send another telegram of your penis to the Postmaster General on an exciting episode of the Cowboy Howdy Podcast.
Wait, Governor.
Know that I'm coming correct.
Let me talk to you guys about something that they can do both drunk and high that is extremely pleasant.
I think our podcast needs a budget for guns.
Cowboy Howdy. Well, shoot, dang. Crack a cold one, baby. What is it with this fucking podcast?
It's me, your host, Cam Beasy Barry. Joining us as always, resident comedian. And what's this? Film producer, Anthony Barrera.
What's up? It's your boy Young Baphomet.
It's your boy Young Bad Fade. Also joining us, Monterey Bay comic and show producer, Michael Booth.
How's it going?
Very good. Thanks for joining us. And, of course, super studio engineer, Sebastian McCabe.
Yeah, I'm here. Got a bit of new audio set up. I taped a microphone to my face, so that's the level that I'm at now.
I thought it was Star Trek cosplay, and then I looked a little closer and I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Okay, so it turns out he's just reinventing studios. And
I have like three
people.
different wires fucking on my neck right now. It's very uncomfortable.
This
I
is
love
robot
it.
set.
Oh my god, you look ridiculous. Okay, well, this is a fun episode. Today, the episode's kind of going to be about learning. We're going to learn some things today. We're going to be learned men, because right now we don't consider ourselves as such. So I just want to start. We've had some time off. What have you guys been learning? How have you been improving yourselves during quarantine? What have you learned so far?
Well, I had to learn something new recently. I bought, you know those like steering wheels that you plug in your computer, or your Xbox to play racing games with? I bought one of those.
Yeah,
and,
you mentioned that you destroyed your computer your whole life, basically.
Yeah, so it didn't work, and I reinstalled Windows in an attempt to make it work, and it still didn't work. So I realized, okay, this thing itself is fucked up. So I got like the tiny screwdrivers.
Like
I got
the wheel?
Soldering. Yeah. So I got.
No, soldering iron.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got the tiny screwdrivers.
That's not a good direction for a scumbag to go.
So, it's okay. I absolutely fucking don't know how to use this thing.
Did you just sit around making solder balls all day? That's what I would do.
I did. I had. I haven't used one of these things in a while. Like I'm just gonna experiment a little bit, see if I can learn what I'm doing.
Devalue this Craigslist steering wheel a little bit.
Yeah, straight up. It's like, well, if I fuck it up, then it's still in the same state it was, so I don't lose anything.
At no
Next
point
person
did you try to
buys it
get your
off
money
you.
back. Why is there solder spilling out of the wheel?
This doesn't work. I'm
It
going to
doesn't
take
turn
it
it
apart.
off.
And then they take it apart and they're like, what the fuck?
That's a ball of lead.
I don't know.
Is it supposed to weigh 30 pounds?
Yeah.
No.
I got a pretty
gotta
good
get
one.
this thing
I
working.
had a good lesson.
Honestly, I've had a good time just like learning my way around the insides of this thing. Like I just like I don't really have an instruction manual or anything, so it's been pretty entertaining to just like.
Can I throw this
learn
out
my way
there?
around.
I'm gonna guess it's not working right now.
No, it's not because it's taken apart.
Yeah, okay. It's not even back
I was
together.
hoping that's where the story went. I was hoping like, and I got it to work.
Yeah.
No, it's still,
No payoff.
It's still in progress.
Zero delivery.
Oh man.
I got a good lesson. I went
What's that?
to go drop off a microphone at someone's house in another city for the new podcast, and I took all the precautions. Gloves, mask, PPE up the ass. We didn't even end up using the microphone.
Butt plug.
You didn't even use it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So all
Well,
of that
we
was
just
for
didn't-
nothing.
didn't work,
Here's the
or you
lesson
just
I
didn't need
learned.
it?
I still have to go back all the way over there to pick up the microphone.
Oh. So
At this
you
point,
suck.
I don't think it's worth it. You're just gonna get a new microphone.
You're like the biggest vector of infection in Salinas right now because you just don't know what to do with this fucking microphone. You just gotta stay put, bud. That microphone, you
Gotta
gotta right
pass it around.
Like you know
You
those.
gotta, yeah,
you know when they-
yeah. I hear you just
know
go
the-
door to door knocking. You want a microphone? Stop it, Anthony.
You know the Verizon commercials where they show like signal traveling across the United States and they show spread? It's just gonna show your face and then the Monterey County and it's just shooting out of you. Like, you're like Goku in Dragon Ball Z just shooting coronavirus into the world.
Dude,
Listen,
if
I
they
get
ever start
around, right?
If they ever start contact tracing in Monterey County, you're fucked, dude. You're
Yeah.
going to
Dude,
prison.
I'm patient zero.
Like,
Like,
it's COVID-19.
It's cool. We'll just give them a shitload of White Claw, and they'll know it's the cure.
They track Anthony down by just a trail of empty White Claw cans. Like, he's over here in the woods.
Cigarette butts.
It's my breadcrumb trail.
It's just empty jewel carts.
just jewel carts and scarves strung throughout the ground. Yeah. He's nearby.
It's just protein bar wrappers everywhere.
Protein bar wrappers.
That's a deep cut. People don't really know that.
That is a deep cut.
No, I know. I know that one. The fucking back of my car looks the same as Anthony's, dude. It's all empty jewel pods and fucking Cliff Bar wrappers.
It's a staple amongst young men.
It was empty water bottles too until I finally took the plunge and bought like a resealable one.
Oh,
there you go.
Cutting down that footprint, dude.
What have you learned, Michael?
What you been up to?
What have I learned during lockdown?
Yeah.
Well, I've learned. I learned a lot about my computer.
That the webcam still works.
I was doing a lot of things wrong with my computer, and there's 2 different storage devices on my computer, and I was not aware of that. And somebody made me aware of that, and I started using the other storage device, the hard drive. You guys may be familiar with the hard drive of a computer.
Yeah.
I was saving everything on my solid state, so it wasn't working, and there was no.
Dude, Michael's computer was like the computer from Midnight Gospel yelling at the kid to like do proper computer maintenance.
Mm-hmm. And then and then I started saving everything on my solid state drive, because I had like video games, audio files from the podcasting stuff, just a whole bunch of crap on there, and then now it works and it feels like a brand new computer, and it took a pandemic for me to figure out how to properly save things. So that's what I learned.
Isn't it fun though? Like now you know, and now you know like the
I'm playing video
upshots
games. I'm moving fast. It's great, dude.
Yeah. That's dope. Yeah, I've been listening to the tech stuff. I've been just trying to learn how to eat more food. I'm learning
that's
how
important.
to eat more foods. Yeah, because April's been cooking a lot, dude. Like, I feel so bad. I'm in the house, like, mostly sick all the time, and I look over, and, like, she's learning jiu-jitsu, boxing, barbering, baking. She's literally been cooking foods I've never even heard of before. And she's like, oh, yeah, no problem. It's the French cuisine. And she busts it out, and it's amazing. And, like, I tried to read a book, and I couldn't even get through the prologue. And I'm just like, oh, no. She's passing me.
No.
Yeah, our dating currency values are like starting to get a little disparaged.
A little out of whack.
Yeah, I'm gonna start like.
You gotta learn another language,
man. I gotta get hard. Yeah, I gotta do something. I got the book for trying to help teach me learn more Tagalog. I haven't opened it once. So, I've been learning that I'm even worse at things than I thought I was.
It's a great realization.
I've been spending a lot of time.
Yeah,
oh no! I was just gonna say I've been spending a lot of time learning that I don't have the energy to learn a lot of shit. So I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I'm learning how severe writer's block can be. God dang, man! But I'll say this: I think because I'm doing less in the house and I have no life, I'm more anxious than most to see things get reopened. And I've gotten to the point now where I spend a lot of my time just daydreaming that I'm actually in a store, just like touching clothes and talking to people. I'm like, oh yeah, I might buy it. I don't know. Like that's my fantasy at this point.
I had a dream about going into the office. That's where I'm at now. Like last week,
shitting on the company toilet.
Yeah, someone from work, because I'm working from home and I'm just like on call, and someone called me with like some problem that they were having that I literally could have solved from my phone in bed or on the toilet, and I was like, yes, I'll be there soon. Thank God.
Social activity.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the office and get something done.
What are like the top 5 businesses you cannot wait to reopen? Or not even business.
Any bar.
Like
Any bar. Any bar.
Bars!
Any bar.
Bars!
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 Like, I know it's so obvious, but, like, bars, I need a haircut bad, and, like, I don't know if there's anyone in my house I'd trust to do that.
We should start a hybrid bars hair salon business.
Yeah,
be
you
so
just sit there
disgusting.
like drinking
just
a
hair
beer.
in your beer.
You're getting
Imagine
your
that.
haircut.
You just
And not
sipping
like
an
one
IPA
beer, like a
while you're getting
clump
your
of beer.
fade.
Actually, they do that. And my
Yeah,
barbershop in
there's places that
PG,
do that, dude.
yeah, it gives out beers in the morning. It's pretty dope. But
I'm
yeah,
going to
barbers,
the wrong barbershop.
dude. Honestly, the restaurants, I so miss eating out and like wait
Yeah,
service
restaurants
and all
are-
that stuff.
Yeah. I've gotten the takeout a couple times from a lot of the local places that are doing that, and like it's cool, but like it's not the same, man. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Like
You get the food
all
home
the-
and you're like, I'm just home again.
I don't even take it home, dude. I always force myself to like find somewhere like interesting to eat it. Like, yeah, dude. Just like where's the dopest? Like where's a cool spot I could park my car and eat this takeout food? Like that's where we're at now.
Just buy
Well,
yourself-
with the
Reels.
return within the bars, is there like a return to comedy as well?
Yeah, that's the main.
That's
That's,
the
one
big
of the
one.
main reasons
Yeah.
I'm saying bars. It sounds like a.
We all sounded like
I need
alcoholics
to go to
right
the
now.
bar.
Yeah.
I need a drink.
Yeah,
Still
It's
drinking
mainly for
home.
comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
for sure. But I can't wait for airports to reopen, international, even interstate travel. I just want to travel again, man. Being in the house for so long makes the world feel so small. I want to go anywhere that costs at least $400 to fly to. I just want to
There
get
you
on
go.
a plane and move. Like, I don't even care. But planes are scary now. God dang it. I want to buy my own airplane, honestly. We should get a Cowboy Rowdy airplane.
Yeah, dude. Like the
don't-
Iron Maiden plane. Like
I
They'll
demand
just do, like, the
50
logo.
free flights on it, private,
yeah, there you
with
go.
a group of people that I bring. There might be some
Okay, I
stains.
know we talked about buying a coffee maker, but I think we should go for an airplane instead.
We should go big.
Yeah, let's
We
go
should buy
big.
fucking the
Let's
official
not dream
Cowboy Rowdy
small
Cessna.
here. Okay, so yeah, bars, restaurants. What was the third one? We had
Airports.
another one too.
Airports.
Church.
Airports, haircuts, church. You want to go back to church?
Dude.
Oh.
Anthony couldn't even keep a fucking straight face for that one. Anthony doesn't go to church. Who do you
Oh,
think you're
God.
fooling?
I think church can be done just
Unbelievable.
as good over the internet, honestly.
Honestly.
So that's one thing I'm not excited about myself personally, but I know for a lot of people that will be a big deal.
Dude,
especially
no,
if all
so
your friends
people
go
are
to church,
picketing in the
your whole
streets.
community.
I was gonna say, there's people that are going to church right now, and they're just saying that.
Hey,
God
man,
will protect them from.
God will
corona.
protect him, yeah.
Did you hear the guy who
Um,
said they had clean air? He's like, we got a clean air machine.
Yeah, we got God's air.
Do you think the
God's
dodo
air
bird
is-
was like, God will protect me from extinction?
Hey man, dodo birds
Really no.
couldn't develop
No.
religion. That's why
Do-
they're all in hell now.
Dodo birds were historically atheist, and that was their biggest fault. That's why they're called
Yeah.
dogs.
That's the real reason they're extinct, just because they were atheists.
Listen, I love people that
Um,
believe in God. God people, they're some of the
Oh
best.
my! Here we go.
Look, you talk smack, but in the Bible, God said He cured coronavirus in 2021. So I'm just saying, you better watch it now, okay?
Yeah, Corinthians
Revelation, bud.
18:21.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't think. Wait, first or second? Oh, you don't know, right?
I haven't read the Bible in a long time. Whatever.
How did this turn into
I
Bible
don't know
talk?
enough to make that joke. What?
Because you
Yeah,
brought
what
up
are we-
churches.
What's going on?
Anthony went
here?
full bore church. He's like, we got to reopen these churches, bud. Okay, well, how about this? How about something that has not moved online since the close of everything that really should move online?
Church. I'm kidding.
Let's bring it on back.
I got my I got an oil change on Monday a couple days ago, and like you just sit in the waiting area, all the chairs are all spread out or whatever. But that got me thinking, like, if you need to buy a car right now, you still have to fucking go to the dealership and buy a car. Like that whole thing, and like I know that like there's like car whatever those like
No, you
weird
don't. By the
car
way,
vending
you haven't
machine
you haven't
things.
had to for a long time.
Yeah, right. Like my car works, but I was just thinking, like, if you have to buy a car right now, you still have to go to the dealership, right? Like, how come
No, you
can't
don't.
just
That's what I was
buy a
saying. You
car-
don't. You don't have to.
But, like-
you don't have to. You can buy online. I've done that.
But that's what I'm saying is like I think it should be expanded. Like there are some dealerships, some car companies that are like experimenting with it. Like Tesla will just bring the car straight to your door. But like I think everyone needs to be doing that, right? But
You can pay
here's
extra
the
for
thing.
that. You can pay extra for that from any.
We keep the negotiating. We keep the worst part about
Yeah.
buying cars. 'Cause
That's the
that's
best
the only
part.
way it'll happen. Is if
That's the
if-
best
if
part
we
of
get
buying a
to
car.
to keep the experience of like sitting down in the office and then the guy is like, oh, I have to talk to my manager about that one, and then go stands around the corner for fucking 20 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
we
I
need
love
the
that. That's
whole
my favorite part.
experience
That's
brought
my favorite
online
part.
into the cloud.
I
Dude,
got a
like,
good one.
I want to write a book about selling cars. Yeah, what do you got? Yeah.
Surgery.
Surgery should be online. Fuck yeah, dude. You
Yeah,
just,
they're
like, use your
developing
phone to take a picture of
technology
your-
where robotic arms can be used, like, virtually
yeah.
to perform surgeries, like, at home.
Can you imagine
So
they mail
all
a
you need-
robotic
all
arm to your
you would
house?
really need to
like,
do
don't put
is
it together
spend,
wrong, or else it'll
like
cut your fucking head off.
$15,000 on a pair of robot arms that you can then connect to your computer via USB port, and you can have a surgery at home.
Here's my worry. Here's my first and biggest worry. My neighbor is gonna buy
like,
2 of
"Bro, I
these
just got
things,
a
strap them to his
bypass
back. He's gonna go program it to do a freaking open heart surgery on my face, and he's walk up. I don't trust it. I do not like that. I'll buy a couple.
That's why they
Oh
send
my
you a
God.
camera that you install to make sure that you
Some
set
Asian
everything
guy
up
just
correctly.
yells at you while you make it. Botak boy. Like, I don't know what that means.
Oh, you're
How do
also
you know
getting
that?
you're also getting
Customer
microchips
service.
during surgery. You just won't know about it or consent.
Dude, honestly, here's what I want to do, and this one seems somewhat practical to me. I got cat hair on my face. Here's my idea. I think you have a online car repair service where you go, my car is parked here. Here's the problem, and then you point your key at your phone. You go boop boop, and they get the code to open your phone, your car, and then now they're liable if it goes missing. So you have no liability, and they're taking extra precaution to make sure that no one steals that little boop boop code.
That
And
sounds
when
like
they
an
go there, they have a way to
extra
open it, they
5
repair it.
pages on your insurance.
Oh yeah, if you're like,
forms.
do you use that please steal my car repair service like an idiot? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, your premium just doubled.
I will say though, like I said, like I brought mine in to get an oil change, and it was like, I don't know, like could they just come pick it up or just like do it in my driveway or something? Like
They totally could. There's people who do that, and it needs to move.
Yeah.
You're right. That all that stuff, they don't need to interact with you. You don't need to go to one place. It's all
Yeah.
craziness.
I had a friend who got new tires put on his car like kind of before all of this started, but there's already companies that do that. Well, they'll just come in a van full of tires to your house and just do it in your driveway. Like, we need to expand that. Like, that needs to be the default way of getting shit done now. Like,
Yeah.
after this is all done, we need to keep that shit, like you're saying. Like, just
For
show up to
real.
my house, I'll unlock the car, do your thing, we're good to go.
Dude, a couple months ago, someone came, unlocked the car themselves, and stole my tires. They're working on it. They're working on it. But
They left these cinder blocks underneath it, though, so...
yeah, I was like, free cinder blocks. Fuck yeah!
Gotta buy new rims, but hey.
So now we've kind of got an idea of like some things that we've been learning, some things that like we're experiencing, things we want to learn and stuff. But let's take a look at something that somebody else has learned about, and see if we agree with some of the lessons they're learning from this experience. The person I'm going to be quoting, I'm not going to drop their name because I think that turns it into a hate crime. But basically,
Libel.
they are a pharmaceutical CEO.
Martin
So their
Shkreli.
CEO said, no, not Martin Shkreli. He was no comment on this one, unfortunately. So they said the very first lesson they learned was empathy is key.
To being a pharmaceutical executive.
And the reason they gave was like, okay, we are providing a treatment that helps people. So if we want to do a good job at its core, we have to have a desire to help people. So we have to have that as our forefront. And I was like, sick. That's good to hear, actually, from a pharmaceutical
Is
person.
this still like marketing ploy?
Is right?
Are these the
I
slogans?
don't know,
Their
I was
empathy
gonna
is
say,
key.
I think this guy says empathy is key because he makes you feel like he understands.
Yeah, he's
He
trying to
wants
make
to
you
lull
feel
He's
you
like,
into
no,
a
no,
false
no.
sense of security
We have a
right
drug
before
that gives
he
you
fucks
empathy.
you.
We're putting it in the water. So
Empathy
I could
is
use some
key,
of
and
that.
the rest of his sentence is to controlling your employees. That's how.
I don't know.
So-
I if I could be real for a second, like I think that's legit. Like I have a job where my job is basically to help people with problems that they're having that are getting in the way of them doing their jobs. I work in IT. Like, these people don't want to fucking have to learn all this shit. It's my job to do that. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, it can be hard to understand, like, hey, this person has their job that they're trying to do. They don't want to fucking worry about computer problems. Have a little bit of empathy will get you a long way. Like, that's legit. Like you can misuse it for sure. Like you guys were just saying, but you know, there's a kernel of truth in there.
I think empathy is awesome all the time, but I think thinking that you have genuine empathy is often mistaken when you're trying to express sympathy, which is trying to understand their feeling, but empathy is trying to put yourself actually in that feeling they're feeling.
Yeah.
And if, like, for a COVID person, like, what are you doing? You're going around your house coughing all the time? Like, you don't know that. Empathy is not shit. Medicine. Okay, so the second thing that they learned, during a pandemic, you have to institute clear, transparent, and direct two-way communication. So
we lost that a long time ago.
We don't have that. I don't even know what that is
on a national
anymore.
level.
I wouldn't know transparency if it was right in front of me. So yeah, no, I don't. I think they're right on this one. I think they're dead right, and I think they were kind of critiquing the administration maybe a little bit there, but yeah, I think like, when do you guys remember? Were you following this at all in January?
What the?
A little bit. I feel like we mentioned it.
So, like, we talked about it early. I was worried about it in December, but one thing I noticed was that early on, like in December and January, there was all these good updates from China that were being posted on YouTube, and it wasn't like from the government. It was like just random people in China doing it, but they were saying like it spreads person to person. We know that, even when the WHO was saying it didn't. They were saying, oh, you can get reinfected. Like they were saying that back then. They're like, oh, there's multiple strains. There's all this cool information, and then all of a sudden that stopped. And that
because they shut off the internet.
That's right.
Yeah,
they did.
and then 2 weeks later, it started only being broadcasts from like the White House, and it was not talking about any of those things anymore. All those things that were like all the big updates that people were like, oh, this is important. Oh, this is important. Those didn't get brought up anymore. It was all testing and stuff. So it's like, yeah, we don't have that. I think that's important. So I agree with him 100% on number 2. Number 1, bullshit. Number 2, I agree. Number 3, and there's only 4 of these. Aim for simplicity and practicality.
This is legit. This is a
That's
real
ideal.
one. This is a real good one.
That's basic. That's saying nothing. Like aim for
pragmatic.
Practical.
I don't
it's
know.
Like no one's trying to build one of those like complicated test with all the marbles falling for a vaccine. Okay, like no one's doing that for the testing process. They're literally taking a nose and like a stick and sticking it up your nose to see if you have it. We're pretty simple, practical. I guess that's important. Honestly, no, I would disagree. Science is complicated. It's very complicated. I think we need very complicated, in-depth science. I think simple and practical is not.
Yeah, I think science is complicated, but not the application of it.
Yeah, like
I'll give you that.
You want the end consumer product to be simple and practical, right? Like how you got to it can be, convoluted as hell, but you want to be able to hand people something simple, right? Like I feel like that's important.
I don't want it simple. I want the finished product to cure COVID, feel like morphine, and taste like orange juice. That's what I want.
Right, but it should just be one button that you push. It should all just be
give
that
it to me good or
push
don't
one
give it
button
to
and
me.
you're good.
Okay. Okay, so here's their fourth one. This is the fourth of the most important things they learned during the pandemic. Lead by example.
I think
Man, I
embody
fucking
that.
hope not. I hope
that's
not.
The case, yeah, like,
that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good one for
It's really idealistic.
it is. It's kind of a critique again. I feel like it's more of a critique of the administration than anything. Because like, what's a CEO pharmaceutical person doing by example right now? Nothing.
Hopefully
Their
not
income isn't
sharing a
done.
microphone.
They're not giving their money away. They're not doing anything. They're not doing any big moves. They're just sitting at home being safe and mostly protected from this. I think they're critiquing the administration because like people like Pence and Trump won't wear masks or things like that. But honestly, here's my biggest concern. They gave me 4 of the most important things they learned during this pandemic, and not one of them was how to cure COVID-19. So I don't trust anything this person says anymore. I'm just going to throw it all out.
Just
this is
do
a bunch
it.
of bullshit. Come on. What the fuck?
I mean, just do it. Come on.
That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. I would have said something about science. If I was a pharmaceutical CEO and they asked me 4 most important things, I would be like, it's a virus that attacks the immune system. That's one very important thing. More important than any of these bullshit. I think Michael was right. I think this was all a big like ploy to try and like garner press and like, people are important. You got to fix them.
You gotta be simple about it. You gotta be transparent about it.
This was
gotta lead by example.
Bill Clinton voice. I did not have sex with that bat.
Oh man.
That's the real dark secret. That's how it all started. People thought it was from someone eating a bat. No.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. They have
It was
no
in the back
idea
room
how
of a
close.
Chinese strip club where that happened.
No, it was the Chinese restaurant on Pedophile Island. Bill was like, I'm hungry. I could sure go for some bat.
All right, we just ended up on a list.
Dude, if I disappear from the podcast, it was the Clintons for sure.
Wow. Oh my god.
Good lord.
Oh,
Speaking
so
of besmirching the names of good people. Oh man,
Jeez, dude.
I came up with this segment and I think it's great. So I'm gonna name off. So this is about the Nobel Peace Prize, right? One of the greatest awards a human being can receive for humanitarian efforts. So I'm gonna read off some notable historical figures who have either A, won it, or B, not won it. And I want you guys to figure out which one is which. So this first person founded the Nobel Prize. He was the
of course
inventor
he gave himself one.
Yeah.
He was the inventor of dynamite and other explosives. He was
So
also known as the
I-
Merchant of Death.
I have a little bit of background into this, actually.
Who is this guy?
So
He's the man. He's the man.
No, so check this out. The real story that Anthony's telling is, like, wild. So the actual guy who founded the Nobel Peace Prize, Alfred Nobel, he owned this company that still exists, I think, called Dynamite Nobel, which you might notice, what does dynamite sound like?
Dynamite.
'Cause, yeah, motherfucker invented dynamite for, like, blowing out coal mines or whatever the fuck.
Sick.
And then after, and like Dynamite Nobel is like this huge German defense contractor that was founded in like the 1860s or something. So like all of the rifles that like German soldiers had in World War II were built by Dynamite Nobel. Like,
So this guy's called the Merchant of Death, and he speaks German. He's basically Rammstein.
yeah.
I
So
love this dude.
so basically like he
Du hast mich Dynamite.
All right, since Seb had some inside knowledge on this one, we'll move on to the next one.
So he definitely gave himself the prize, though, right?
This person
did.
is the leader
That's so
of
sick.
the Palestine Liberation Organization, which has been classified as a terror organization. He has
You
launched
got
a
it.
number of
Got it.
guerrilla attacks against Israel.
Can I
Got
parlay
one.
and say I think he got 2?
You,
double down.
One for Palestine, one for Israel.
so his name,
Cameron's all in.
his name is his name is
You know what this is
Yasser
starting to sound like
Aragat,
to me?
and he actually did win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh.
For launching
starting-
terror attacks.
I have
Yeah, you
friends
know
from Palestine, so I don't want to besmirch a leader of their rebellion. I'm gonna say he earned that one.
You know what this sounds like to me though? It sounds like if you win, like if you just like win the fight, or if you have like some good shit, you just get a peace prize because you're like, I'm gonna keep the peace. Like if you can fuck with me, like.
Can I ask, can I ask if we also have on the
list?
list 10 guys with machine guns? Like, prize us!
Yeah.
Yeah, peace through superior firepower.
Yeah, they're like.
You guys might know
win
this
peace
next
by
person.
yeah.
Who's
The
next?
leader of the Third Reich. Some people have
heard of this
referenced
guy.
I
him to
think he
being
did for
their
industry
Führer.
or something like that. I think he did it for industry or something. I forget what it was. I'm gonna say yes.
He was briefly nominated in 1939, but Adolf Hitler ultimately did not receive the Nobel Peace Prize.
That's
Honorable
good.
mention.
That's probably
Honorable
good.
mention.
Nominated though, huh? What year was this? Sorry,
1939.
39.
39.
Okay.
So it was right around the time
Yes.
that he was pulling Germany out of its great recession. So this next person was a First Lady of the U.S. She was the mastermind behind the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Was this
gonna say no.
One of the Roosevelt's wives, I think.
I'm gonna say no for a reason. I don't think women were considered people back then. I think that's what
Yeah,
the whole
that's
rights thing was
true.
about. So I don't think
That
she
is
got
true.
one. It takes 2 years to come into effect, and so I don't think until that time she was even. So no, I'm gonna
So
say
Eleanor Roosevelt
that's
famously did not receive the Nobel Peace Prize.
no. You gotta be a person.
She just got
Universal
snubbed.
Declaration of Human Rights, but no Peace Prize. Crazy.
Dude, imagine getting snubbed for the Nobel Prize. That's gonna suck.
So this next
I
person,
mean, I don't know. I don't think it sucks. I think it's like you get nominated, you're like, cool, dude, I'm better than a
It
lot of
probably
people.
feels good after Hitler was nominated. If it happens after the whole Hitler thing, you're probably pretty happy to separate. You're like, sweet, so we still don't have ties to Nazis? Dope.
So there was this next person is a famous Polish Catholic nurse during World War II. She gained fame by using her position as a nurse to smuggle children to safety during the Holocaust.
Oh man,
If she was stealing children, I'm going to say yes.
Can't remember.
That's too wholesome. No.
No, she was taking them to an island. Don't worry.
So Irina Sandler lost. She did not receive the Nobel Peace Prize for her efforts during World War II.
They gave it to Benito Mussolini for his wonderful work in cosmetics.
All right, so this is the last person. This person is the leader of an African nation. She accused the Western powers of releasing AIDS onto Africa.
That seems like
give it
something
to
you
her.
wouldn't win the Nobel Prize for. That seems like something you'd get a drone strike for.
Well, no, because hold on, you're forgetting this is after Eleanor Roosevelt made it so women are people again. So I'm gonna say she gets it.
It's a no.
Wangari Maathai won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2008 or 2002. Sorry.
Man, I was on such a hot streak.
Feels so good to be right about everything about AIDS.
Yeah, I mean,
As you can see, the Nobel Peace Prize ain't shit.
Yeah, honestly, I got a couple on my back. I was gonna talk about him, but I was like, he's probably got his own thing he wants to do with this. So.
Yeah.
I printed up too after I got
Cameron
my
threw a
University
right
of Phoenix
cross to the
degree.
head and won a Nobel Peace Prize.
The idea of Hitler even being nominated for in fucking 1939 too, like not 1920 whatever, 1939, like the
39.
year that World War II started, the year that he invaded fucking.
He was
like,
also
it's gonna be
Times
so
Man
funny.
of the Year that year.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be so funny if one of us later on gets a Nobel Peace Prize and we have to backtrack all this talk. This means
Yeah, that
so
reminds me of that
much.
school-
and,
It's like,
there's
hey
nothing
guys,
more-
you remember episode 67? Nah. They
Reminds me of
called.
that Schoolboy Q song, "Man of the Year," but instead of "Man of the Bounce," he's "Man of the Krauts."
Okay.
Thanks.
Wait, you're talking about Hitler or?
Yes, he was talking about Hitler.
Yeah, he had a good year. His rookie year was amazing.
It's
okay?
just he
No,
says
it's
it
like-
His
like
rookie
man of the Bounce, and I was just all I heard was "Man of the Krauts." That's all I could hear.
It doesn't matter if you come out like Curry on your rookie year, if you go out like Ray Rice. Okay.
Go out
I don't
like
know what's
Ray
happening.
Rice.
We need to do takeaways. We're getting way out of hand.
Holy shit.
Someone save it.
This was my rudest episode by far.
Dude, this is 2 episodes
bad.
straight where we've referenced the Holocaust.
It's not good. It can't become a trend. You can't
I
do
just
that.
want to stand by. I didn't say it.
I didn't click the button that says kids can't watch, so we gotta stop this.
This is explicit.
This is explicit content.
If you're under the age of 18 and listening to this, you need to log off.
Get out. Come back when you're 18. But come back when you're 18.
Oh my goodness. So
What you guys
ridiculous.
got? What you guys got for takeaways, man?
I think everyone here has a both very insightful and distorted view of the world.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
And it's your boy on Baphomet, you know?
Nice.
You know,
my take-
Oh no, go ahead, Michael.
Sorry.
Double Dragon.
Okay. My takeaway today is that I don't know a lot about the Nobel Peace Prize or really anything. So that's my takeaway.
Good news is that qualifies you for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Go. If Hitler can get nominated, so can you.
Wow, so inspirational, Sebastian.
It would have been a lot. Actually, he looks like a young Tony Robbins on meth with that thing right there. Sorry, Seb. What's your takeaway?
You know, I think that, you know, Nobel Prize, not actually worth that much. If Hitler can get nominated for it, then it can't actually mean that much. Number 2, we really have to figure out a way of getting me a fucking oil change in my driveway. Gotta move everything online. Gotta keep everything online. Gotta push it all to the fucking cloud, man.
Have you tried the slow version? You just get a slow leak in your oil pan, and then every once in a while you go out there and pour some fresh oil on top.
Oh yeah,
Oil change on the go.
That was the only way my car got oil for a while, was getting topped off.
My takeaway is probably that I need to get better at learning. I need to learn a couple things. Like it's getting. When I talked about that thing with me in April, I wasn't kidding, man. Like she's doing lots. Like if we both made Tinder profiles right now, she would already get more hits because she's a girl. But then you add on all the cool skills she's learning, and I'm really starting to lag. So steroids or something's coming. I'm gonna learn it up good. I'm gonna learn it up real good.
Go read a book.
Peace out.
Stay hydrated.
Mucho take it easy, baby girls. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram at campeasy.berry and YouTube at CB Comedy.
I am on Instagram, Seinfeld, SIGHN Feld, and also Fuckerberg.
Young Baphomet _ on Instagram and the fucking Twitter machine.
And I'm at _M Booth on Twitter and Instagram, and then Facebook, YouTube, Michael Booth. Don't forget to check out the Cowboy Rowdy Podcast on Instagram and also the Cowboy Rowdy Podcast on Facebook.